James Sapirstein, great guy, friend, colleague, and a regular contributor to the program. Chairman, President, and CEO of a company called First Wave Biopharma. FWBI is their stock symbol. You can go to firstwavebio.com and talk about a company who has taken advantage of pivoting and using all their assets to move in the right direction where things are needed. During COVID, they moved in that direction. Prior to that, they were dealing with checkpoint inhibitor colitis and pancreatic enzyme therapies, and now they're moving on with even more. And here to talk about that, and I'd like to have him on because he can give us a top down on the endemic/pandemic, also on the monkeypox and so on and so forth. James, how are you, sir? Great to see you.
Great. Thanks for having me again.
Hey, let's talk about First Wave Bio real quickly. You guys have gone into a little different direction, and it looks like based upon market cap, based upon how your stock is reacting, based upon the news on the street, even based upon the emails we get when you're on the air, it's turning into a good thing. Talk about what your next 24 months looks like, because I know you've pivoted and it seems to be going in the right direction.
Yeah, so we put out an announcement yesterday. We've been waiting to do that. Is concerning our formulation for adrulopase, our pancreatic enzyme replacement therapy. We've got two great formulations. One of them is going to go into the clinic. We hope to be in the clinic by the end of the year. And we've got several partners now talking to us. What wasn't in the release is, number one, we've been able to shrink. Well, I did say that we were able to shrink down the number of pills we'll have to take per day, but we've also decreased our cost of goods. So we're going to be very competitive in the marketplace. So we're excited. The next 24 months, we expect a lot of growth in our stock. There's been a lot of trading. A lot of people are interested in what we're doing.
I think what's interesting is you talk about the reducing the number of pills people have to take for that malady. We can't gloss over that, because you've taken it where people are taking 20 to 50 pills a day sometimes, down to just a handful. Talk about that a little bit, because that is technology that's important. That's quality of life.
It really is, and something that your viewers probably don't know. I was with Gilead when we launched tenofovir, which was the very first once-a-day HIV medication, and later we did this deal and made Truvada, which is a once-a-day therapy. And people were saying, well, what's the difference between twice a day, 3 times a day versus once a day? There was great market research that said we were able to really increase compliance. So think about this. These patients who are on cystic fibrosis therapies are taking handfuls of medications per day. And if you can cut that down by 40 or 50, maybe even 80%, which is what our hope is, that's going to be a phenomenal compliance opportunity for them.
Yeah, I think so too. Talk about, for us, with respect to what you were originally talking with us about, and of course that's the COVID pandemic/endemic, and now we've got monkeypox, and you were the first person to tell us we would see an Omicron virus and a Delta virus, and literally months ahead. Yep. What is your current opinion about first of all, COVID, the pandemic/endemic? I think in terms of, I think COVID's not over, but it seems like it's over for closures and such like that. Where's the fine line there?
Well, one thing that I told you several times, but I repeated on your last show, was that we're going to have to take a COVID vaccine every year, like the flu vaccine. So yeah. Yesterday, there was an official statement in the government levels, FDA. I don't know if it was FDA or CDC, but they concluded it will have a once a year vaccine for COVID. So COVID's not going away like the flu. It's going to continue to mutate, and we're going to have to live with it. And the vaccine companies are going to have to keep coming up with different vaccines to fight the different strains. The good news is that people aren't dying at the rate they were dying before. Not sure why people still don't want to take the vaccine, but they should. That's the way we're going to get this down to almost a zero spread, but we're getting there slowly but surely.
Good stuff.
James, when I hear the government yell and scream, hey, we took on Big Pharma, we beat Big Pharma, is that good for you? Is it bad for you, your company, or does it not affect your company at all?
Oh, it affects everybody. It affects our ability to raise money. But first, I want to say that that's kind of a BS statement that they've taken on Big Pharma. It's a very convoluted bill that they put in place. There are better ways to lower costs. We all want to lower costs for patients and give them access. So this is actually going to raise prices. I hate to tell them it's not going to lower prices. It's going to raise prices. So because private insurers are not included in this bill, so pharmaceuticals are just going to go and charge more for the private insured. So it hurts everyone because investors get scared in terms of what's going to happen. I think in the long run, it's not going to affect us that much. But right now, in the short term, it's putting a lot of pressure on biotech prices.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. I think for you guys, James, it's great to see you keeping the ball rolling. It's great to see you back in the success column because it's been kind of a crazy 6-7 months for everybody in public markets, especially biopharma. So great to hear that. Looking forward to talk to you again next week, pal. Thank you so much. James Sapirstein is the chairman, president, CEO of First Wave Bio. FWBI is their stock symbol. Go to firstwavebio.com. Much more from me and Costa coming up.